There we go. There we go. Welcome to another Sunday Gamers Therapy session where we're unlicensed, unprofessional, and don't take any of our advice, man. This is all just for fun. So if you can pay attention. Actually, share it. That would work. Other than that, you guys, we are getting going with our little Sunday get together here. So hopefully you guys are safe. Quite a few devastating tornadoes in other end of the state from where we live in Iowa. A couple of towns completely obliterated. And when I mean obliterated, it looks like, yeah, they were just obliterated. So it's just pretty sad. Other states, multiple tornadoes. So I'm hoping you guys are all safe. For those of you that tune in and listen, and some of the stuff's just been catastrophic as far as the damage that's been done. And what we sit here sometimes and we're like, well, I got to get a game out. I got to get content out. I got to yada, yada. What happens when your house is destroyed? You're not going to be worrying about content at that point. You're going to be worrying about survival. Some of these people are literally, they're just done. They've lost everything. And insurance kicking in or not, still not going to rebuild their house overnight. So there's a lot of people. Pretty tragic. Anyways, hopefully everyone is doing good, and none of you have been caught up in that, and it's been pretty pretty bad. On the bright side, we've just been kind of moving right along with the things that we've got to do, and getting our miniatures up and done. We still do have to get our decals on our Clash of Steel tanks, but we're working on we want to get a game together, but I guess I can't share too much. We have an idea of what to do with the game. I'll tell you that we're looking at doing an interesting giveaway. So for that, you'd have to watch the game and see. We're going to do something in accordance with the game that we do, and I think that'll be fun. It's interesting, and it'll just be a little giveaway. So, what you doing over there?
I'm gonna try to finish this so I can get it primed.
Ashley's getting some stuff finished up and primed on her table. On my table, I'm just steadily working away. It's actually pretty clean, all straightened up now, so it's not some giant colossal mess. Because you know how that goes. You start doing something, and before you know it, the whole place is messed up. So desk is clean. That was a big accomplishment, and getting things like that together. So I bought a while back some Ultramarines Eliminators, the sniper set. So slowly been working. Finally got one done. He's a sergeant.
Don't you have to fit? Did you finally get that piece in?
Yeah. So basically just got to do a little bit of touch up and put some flesh tone on his skin because his face needs to be done. And then kind of dingy him up a bit like he's been fighting. So we will do that.
He's a sniper. He's not going to do anything other than sit.
No. Well, hopefully he rolls better in the last group.
I hope so. I haven't touched him.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't, then it's not on me this time.
The other day I walked in the room. I seen you over there. You picked it up and you put it down. I said, "What are you doing?" You said, "Charles said to put a drop of blood on."
No.
I'm like, "No." Oh, hi, Charles. How are you, sir?
Charles, he's trying to get me in trouble.
Yeah, sure. Holy crap, you filled this mug up, didn't you?
Yeah.
This is my Bass Pro Shops coffee mug. Got that when we were out to March of Victory and stopped at Bass Pro Shops. So, why not? It's a big old mug. You could probably put cereal. I know you could put cereal or oatmeal or something like that in there if you wanted to. It's more than enough.
It's 15 ounces, roughly.
Yeah, pretty good size. How you doing, Charles? Hopefully you're having a good weekend there. Trouble you, innocent you. Yeah, Charles. Yeah, you've kind of given her some ideas. So, were you going to not show that, were you, Ashley? Because that's going to be a surprise. So Ashley's working on something that we're going to do. I can't show you because it's going to be a giveaway. And so our goal is, Charles, is we're going to do we got all the tanks everybody knows we got built from those 2 Clash of Steel boxes. And just, we had an idea. We're going to do like a giveaway when we air that one. So it'll be interesting. So we got a couple things left to figure out. I mean, people can get those spinning wheels like what Mini War might use and this and that. There's other options too we're looking at. So, yeah. Dental issues. Oh, I hate the dentist and the pain. And I'm someone that has most people have 1 nerve ending to their tooth.
He has like 3.
I have 3 and 4 in some of my teeth because they always wondered why didn't it work to Novocaine. So for some weird reason, a couple of dentists that I've had look at my stuff over the years, they don't understand how I have that many nerve endings, but dental pain is very severe for me. Other people are like, oh, I just pop a pill. It doesn't work for me, man. It literally.
It knocks him out
It's bad, the pain. Yeah. The pill doesn't knock me out at all. The pain does. So I hate dental work. I hate it. Last time I had some done, Charles, I finally said, okay, knock me out. I had never done that. It was actually kind of nice. When I got up, it was all done. But
that's why when I get dental work, I get completely knocked out. I don't like being awake for some of that stuff.
Oh, I don't want to be awake. It's very painful. I hate it. I hate that. So, yeah, I feel you on that there, Charles. And dental pain is not good to have at all. It makes you miserable. Like everything you do, miserable. Oh, I can't see the picture. Well, a couple more of you get on here. I'm going to show you what my son Josh got for me for a early Father's Day gift. It's kind of nice. He found it at a place. Pretty cool. Pretty cool, actually. Waiting for Wiley Games shipment of Arena of Blood. And I guess on top of all the stuff we're trying to do, we should get those Romans put together, or at least one.
Why?
What are you going to do? You're going to have Scooby and Shaggy fight?
Well, we have all the Marvel characters.
Well, yeah. But the Marvel characters were never back in that day. You know what I mean?
Did you not watch Endgame? They were able to transport to different times.
No, actually, I didn't. I'm just not into the Marvel. I'm just not really. Never been a big Marvel fan. Superheroes like Ant-Man and stuff kind of never really.
Yeah, I never got into Ant-Man.
Took interest in Ant-Man.
Ant-Man or Wasp.
There's
Captain Marvel. They kind of screwed that one up.
Yeah, they kind of messed a lot of it up on some things. The game should be interesting though. I don't know. You got the figures done except for
almost, yeah.
One last guy. But we'll have to see. I don't know. Too much to do. Not enough time to do it in. And just seems to be the case all the time. And I know it's the case with other people too. Unfortunately, it's like no matter what you do, you're just not given enough time to get stuff done. So I'm going to sit here while we chit chat and put a little bit of flesh tone on this guy. I really do like the Colors of War skin shade. This stuff really is. Actually, that whole monitor is shaking pretty bad. You got to watch what you're doing. It's really good stuff.
Shaking yours? Is it shaking yours or just
no?
mine?
It's just jerking that around, but it's not good. So it's really good stuff to use. I have to get some more. I just like the way it. Every time I've used it, the skin tone, the skin shade, I use it with, where'd it go? Just the Vallejo basic skin tone. And poof, it works really well, especially on the facial features. Now I tried using the Crusader skin speed paint on the faces. Nope, now I'll never use it on a face. I had to wipe it off. Literally didn't do what I wanted.
I think it's too little of an area.
This would be good, I think, for painting more of a whole figure or something.
Hey, Walkabout.
Hello, Walkabout. How are you, sir? We're just kind of going back and forth a little bit on skin shades and stuff. So I guess while we're talking, I'll go ahead and do this. Eliminator's face. I enjoy putting the skin tone on almost any model or the shade because it makes the face, look more like a face. Poof. Oh, yeah. I'll just let him dry. Be good with that. How are you doing, Walkabout? Are you having a fun day? Here in Iowa, some other parts of our state, it got pretty hammered with some tornadoes, man. If you guys look it up, some really significant damage in some areas. Thankfully, not in our area as of yet, so we're grateful for that. Oh, you gonna do another tutorial? All right.
What'd you do a tutorial on?
So you didn't check his channel? Yeah, check his channel. Check his channel out, you guys. And I know there's people that will watch this later on, especially on Facebook, since I stream over there. Except for I cannot stream to my Facebook group because of Facebook. It's they cut on the 22nd of this month. They took out that API that lets you do that, so now you've got to do it a different way. So I just haven't set that up yet. So literally, I just have Ashley sharing it to our group that way. Facebook, they are really difficult to deal with. And honestly, if I didn't have a group there of so many people, I wouldn't even bother with Facebook at all on any level. But it is what it is, and just trying to get this guy's sling painted too. There, that looks more. I do like the speed paints for about everything so far, except doing faces with the flesh speed paint. Other than that, so far so good. Yeah, I just looked at a couple of your videos just the other day, Walkabout. So I kind of go in spurts, catching up on people's channels. So that's why you won't see me for a little bit. Then all of a sudden you'll see me like all this stuff because I'm also trying to support everybody else that supports us. So I just kind of keep going doing that and at least watch what I can. Tutorials we are always good because when you first start painting, you don't really know where to go with it. You know what I mean? And in the beginning, at least a long time ago, a lot of people would, when I did painting tutorials, they kind of assumed you knew what they were talking about. So they would come up with all this stuff when you were brand new to paint. You're like, okay, so what? And so if you do a good painting tutorial that's concise, people are really going to like that. You saw the news about the tornadoes. There were tornadoes more today. Yesterday there were 85. 85. So states like Kansas and Oklahoma and northern part of Iowa. Here I know of at least 3 towns not too far from us. And when I mean obliterated, I mean there is nothing left. The foundations, that some of them are there. You've seen one where old brick foundation and the winds pushed the entire house about 100 foot off that foundation. Lots and lots of damage. People, a lot of people dead already. Like last I knew, it was 126 or something to that effect. People have passed away. If you go on TikTok and type in tornado, just on the 27th yesterday, and you will just see phenomenal video of people taking it from in their cars. There's one on a train where there's 2 conductors, a male and a female, and the train was stopped because I guess they were getting ready to detach cars, whatever. And they were filming this thing coming towards them, and they rode out the tornado in the cab of the train. Broke their windows. Well, it couldn't move the train, but that's probably the only thing that saved them. It literally came straight at them, and so I'm not sure what you see in the news on your end, but you'd have to go to alternative news because mainstream media, well, they don't ever really tell you everything that happens anyways. And if they do, it's not ever always the full story. You'll get more from people uploading stuff than you ever will from the stories. But just, I could go on and on for an hour, just insanely bad. And yeah, on your comment about you're almost done with Facebook, I have been. I have the group there on the page. So between the 2 of them, I don't necessarily want to give away almost 4,000, members, but I don't rarely use Facebook for many reasons we would have to talk about off of this live. But you know what I mean if you've researched it enough. So you've got a lot of painting going on, walkabout with scenery to get pics done for a rule book.
Yeah, he's working on a rule set.
Oh yeah, lots of. If you're working on a rule set, I apologize. I didn't know you.
Yeah, they mentioned it in oh Lord, who was it? McMurray.
Oh, did they? Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Everybody kind of has ideas for rules. So get it out there, man. Get your idea for rules out there because it's, it's fun. And you can learn from others and come up with different rules. So yeah.
Because I think Chris was going to do a practice run with him or something like that.
Yeah. Well, hello, British Legion. How are you, sir? Hope you're doing good. Just talking to Walkabout about a whole bunch of stuff. We got a lot of damage in the upper part of our state and the other states surrounding us. A lot of tornado damage. One of them, you guys, they said the winds were clocked at 230 miles an hour. That's 230 miles an hour, not 100. So
an E5.
It's possibly going to be the first, E5 out there because the scale only goes to E4. It's called Move to Contact. It's been in the works for 20 years. Well, hopefully you can refine it because, a lot of us come up with ideas for rules. I did probably 5 or 6 years ago, and they just been kind of sitting. I never really got a chance to go finish them because when you play, you're always looking for something that fits. We are okay, British Legion. A lot of people not too far from us have died. If you look up the tornadoes in Iowa, Middleton, Harlan, I can't remember the other.
It's about 3 hours from us.
Yeah, there's several towns that are just they're gone. The towns are no longer there. I mean, you only have stubble. And I'm talking about entire towns, not just a house or two. So it's, and then in Kansas City and Oklahoma, it's very devastating also in Kansas. So yeah, otherwise we're okay. We've been very fortunate. So I'm glad you guys are getting to say hi to each other. But anyways, with gaming, I'm just sitting here putting some skin shade on one of my snipers, my
All right,
eliminator there. He's the sergeant, and Ashley's working on something off to the side. We're gonna do
I gotta wash it.
a little giveaway on. So we can't show it right now, but we will show it later because it's going to go along with our Clash of Steel game. That way, it kind of fits. You'll see what I mean when we do that.
Blue, white.
But, I guess, I don't know what to say, man. Sometimes you look around and you see what other people go through, and I'm sitting here going, well, I got to get this done. I got to get that done. Like I said, you got to get more content done. But what about the people who've lost their homes? I mean, if you lose your home and everything or lose people you love, then I don't know. My priorities are, I try to keep it family first kind of thing, and then everything else second, because you just never know what you're looking for.
I am.
No, you're working on Taskmaster now?
Yeah, it's the last one. Then I can.
Or Taskmaster, I'm sorry.
Taskmaster.
Yeah. She's going to be working on the last Marvel character out of the game. He's mostly dark colored, isn't it?
It's it's gray. Now, if you go off of the actual comics, he's gold, white, and like a grayish blue.
Well, you got what? I don't know, 5,000 paints.
I don't have 5,000.
we got more paints than know what to do with. You might be able to find something for him, or at least mix some paints.
That's what I'm gonna do is mix
a little bit up. So yeah. So anyways, hopefully everybody's okay, and I've had a good weekend so far. Can't complain in our position. We're okay. We're getting things done and just kind of having some fun. That's about it. Ashley's, like I said, down to her last
Do you have all
model.
the metallics? I need metallics.
Yeah. There.
Thank you.
Those speed paint metallics are nice too. Or they're not speed paint metallics.
These aren't speed paint.
They're not speed paint. They're the.
It's just the metallic.
Yeah, from Army Painter. They're pretty nice though. Ashley, well, like I said, they're a British Legion. I think she's gonna finish the last Marvel character because how many did you get done? 2, 4, 6, 8?
All of them.
You got almost all, but the last
2,
one. 2,
4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 14 so far.
I'm just finishing up my Eliminator Sergeant for Warhammer.
About time.
Yeah, it is about time. Here comes a SmackDown talk, but it's all good.
You slow.
You have City Plucks. Oh, well, hello. Paint Minis Live. How are you, sir? How are you doing? We are doing okay. Well, we're glad you're here. We're doing okay. We're having fun. Just trying to think of how much food I could have bought for these 3 figures.
You didn't buy them anyway.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I'm the one who bought them because it was supposed to be a Christmas present that never showed up.
Wow.
Because I ended up trying to buy from freaking China.
Yeah, you tried to buy from China.
So that money came in. That's what
you got
technically
scammed
it was.
on that one. So she originally ordered me a set of was a Warhammer a Combat Patrol?
Yeah.
And I tried to be careful. Like I didn't recognize the name of this place, and it seemed too cheap to be true. But she paid for it, and then, geez, I don't know. You ordered that in October.
Yeah.
November, December,
November.
January, February, March. She didn't get the money back for 5 months after disputing with the bank. So.
Yeah, it came to actually the same week.
Then we went
on March to Victory, so it worked out perfectly.
Yeah, I remember it came in then, so she got these eliminators for me. Okay, so do we have any experience with making train? Yes. Now, are we experts? Not really, but we made train. Well, a lot of times, I know the other guys know, so I'm just repeating it. But so I've taken like Sculpey clay and made the train, scaled it like visually to what I was doing, and you bake it. Then I made molds and 2 parts resin cast. So I've resin cast. Well, it's moved now. Like broken buildings, tank obstacles and traps, fence rows with sandbags, and things like that. Some things like this, I don't know how well will show up. So you can see this is just solid resin, but it's a broken building with the beams inside. I don't know how well it'll show up. So of course I painted that up and I cast that. It's all one piece. So let's see. Little fire pits, little things of wood. I'll dig a couple things out. Let's see here. Oh, well, this is buried. So these are bits of spruce and stuff. So you can see this is a solid piece of resin. So I made teeth traps that work with the 15 millimeter tanks. So you can put them up as obstacles. Kind of all sorts of things here and there. This is like a bunch of logs and mud, like in a pile. But if you paint it up, it more or less will look like that. So the camera doesn't show it as much because I'd like to. The detail as much. Or this is a wood. Whoops, turn around. Wood wall. Yeah, with sandbags. And I molded that and cast it and made a bunch of those. So if you're looking into making train from molds of plaster or resin, any tips? I can give you some tips from our experience. So if you're looking into making resin cast, pay a little bit extra. Don't get the generic, like low cost resin. We're just using Alumilite, which is pretty high end. But when you make the mold, you're looking at it going, how much resin do I need? So what I would do is take the measuring cups that they provide you with the resin, and you can buy more at your hobby store. So fill the mold with water, whatever it is, like our fence lines, you just fill up the water. Then you're going to transition it to the cup. You're going to look at the cup, and if it's a half a cup, then okay, I need a quarter cup part A, quarter cup part B, and it's going to fill the resin up. You don't want to get it too far above full. You want a little bit. We used to take popsicle sticks because they're cheap, and just once you pour the resin, push it off to the side, and the bottom will be flat because you don't want to have to do tons and tons and tons of filing, in which you're going to do a little bit of filing. But we've made kind of all sorts of things. And here's I don't know this camera. Let me turn your camera on, Ashley. So this is, let me add this camera so I can show you maybe a little better. I don't know. We'll see. So I want to show specifically. So that wooden fence, I hand built first out of just pieces of wood. So this is wood. There's part of a popsicle stick with the ends cut off because they're not rounded. I don't know how much you can see there. We got to get better cameras. So just I hand cut that stuff. Then I put the clay, made little tiny miniature sandbags, stacked them on there, and then, glued everything in, and then you cast it, and that's what you get. I might show up better on this one. Sorry, guys. You just got to get a better camera. Now, that one has off color, but see all the sandbags there in front of the walls? All right. In contrast, there's your 15 millimeter guy. So he's got cover and he can shoot over. Actually, he's a little lower. So it works out well that way. But I'd practice first because the mold making, make sure it's something you want to duplicate a lot, because getting any kind of good mold material runs about $30 for a jar. And, that's all I can say is you experiment. We were able to make even logs and stuff and all sorts of things. Those tank pieces I showed you, those are just out of bits off of other stuff I got, snip bits, and there you go. That's as much as I could give you there, Paint Minis Live. Without getting in too deep, I've just kind of trial and error, but I will tell you what, on my broken buildings, I eBayed enough of those to get all the money for my resin back. So the ones I used for tanks got paid for. And that was my only thing. Well, if you're going to get a mold from an artist for terrain, obviously they're going to have more skill than we do. So, hey, go for that. I'm not familiar with how UltraCal will work. I mean, the resin stuff is really a good deal in my opinion, because you can drop it and it doesn't break. It's not brittle.
Easy.
And it doesn't really break. It's not like the same resin you're using in a 3D printer, the liquid resin. So, plus it will be done in just minutes. So once you pour it, you can cast it and you can pop it out, But hey, let me know. Let us know how that works, Paint Minis Live, because I think that'd be cool. I'd like to see what you come up with. And again, we're not experts. It's just it took time to do this stuff and get it going. I recovered my costs just by selling off some of the things I made. I ended up paying for all my molds and resin, so I basically broke even. So it didn't cost me to do that. And I have 2 full bottles of A and B that I can still cast more with of whatever I need. So I ended up on the plus on that. Hey, Tex, how are you, Jeff?
Hi, Jeffy.
Ashley is what you working on there? Oh,
Taskmaster.
That's Master. Right. We just talked about it. So, Paint Minis Live, that's as much as I can show you on what I did with. I mean, there's other stuff laying around, but just it's different than printing, obviously. So I even got to where, like, I wanted corner pieces for a fence. See, that's resin, and then you can stain it. You can put color in the resin to stain it. The only difference is it may not come out the same. You like lurking on us? That's cool. Thanks. We enjoy what we do, and we appreciate you being here on Paint Minis Live. And for all you guys that don't know him, go check his channel out. So let us know, man. I think it's cool. It's kind of fun to do.
Where's my water? Give me back my container.
Give you back your little Citadel cup. Don't drink it this time.
I've never done that one.
I know.
Putting wet paint in my mouth, that's a different story.
And here's here's your well bucket you made.
That's clay.
Ashley made this little bucket. It goes with the piece where it sets. So it's like a well pulling it up out of the water. And she did that with clay and toothpicks. But The work's still around. But yeah, I had a lot of fun making my own stuff. Just again, it's a matter of time, and I was kind of hoping the 3D printer we had some issues with as far as getting it to work right, but
I think I got it figured out.
replaced the screen, right?
That screen, yeah.
Yeah, so that should work. Thanks, Jeff. There's my little 15 millimeter building with wall kind of caved in on the back. I have like, you can't really see it, but I made like brick imprints on it. So, and that's solid resin too. Pretty proud of that for being an amateur at it, but yeah, been doing that off and on for a few years. So just got to have time. And I like Sculpey clay because it does not dry out. So if you have an idea and you leave it on your desk, it's not going to dry out. It's probably, I wonder how safe it is to use, but it doesn't dry out. And what are you looking for? What? Oh, you would want to show off one of your old Soviet markers. Ashley made,
that's American
marker, yeah. For tanks, she made handmade ones that were, see. So you can make whatever you want from the clay, and then when you're done and your design is where you want it, you just put it in the oven on like some parchment paper and slowly, I think it's like 160 degrees, you bake it. Then it'll get hard. Then you can just, when you do it, make your case. You're going to pour your molding compound in. Make sure that you dust it off with a little bit of cornstarch or something and a paintbrush, just a fine coating. When you pour that resin or the mold casting in there, it won't stick to it. You can get it out. Then boom, you will have a mold of exactly what you made. So there you go. It works out. It's fun. It's fun. The 3D resin printer, we found after some of the free files just didn't seem to work so well. So we paid a couple dollars for one file the other day, and that thing came out good. So, I mean, could just be that free stuff just doesn't always pan out. So we'll see. Because I want to do some 6 millimeter stuff with that resin printer. Okay, so like we just used on the starch, like cornstarch or
that's all we have is just the Walmart cornstarch.
Walmart, yeah, just general cornstarch. So just take the biggest paintbrush you got for your thing, like you're gonna dust off your model. Just put it on there and dust off, just so that it's a light coating. You're not really even gonna be able to see it, but you don't want to mix the mold material up, pour it in, and then it solidifies. It'd be hell trying to get it out. And then, of course, your mold, the inside, if you're worried it'll affect what you cast, once the mold is set up, you can rinse it out with water. I mean, keep it clean. And that it works, and you can reuse the molds. Those the molds I have are years old, and you could just rinse them with water, get whatever dust is in there out, let them dry. Boom, you can redo them right away. British Legion asked you, Ashley, what's your favorite speed paint?
My favorite speed paint?
Yeah, we just started using them, so give her a minute to think on that one.
I would say probably the green. It just works a little bit better. I don't even know what you have the speed paints, don't you?
Have you tried any yellow yet? Yellow is my.
I did, but it turned orange.
Did it?
That's the yellow. It turned orange.
Oh.
At least on a gray base.
Yeah, maybe if it was white.
Maybe, yeah. Honestly, I did it on a gray base, and it turned kind of orangey.
You could show it off.
That's the yellow. It's orange.
I'm betting if you had it primered white.
I'd say it has to be a lighter color. And I think it'd been just fine.
The blue is literally the same as Ultramarines blue, and it works very well. So this guy, just tried him as an experiment here, Atlas from BattleTech. He comes out. I mean, the rest of them's got to be painted, but it comes out pretty nice. It gets right in the. It's a lot to me like Games Workshop's contrast paints, just a better quality maybe, or not as thin.
I mean, they're okay.
Yeah, so far. Like I said before, I could see where it would be really helpful, depending on what you're painting, especially if you're basically just like Aliens or something, where you're just doing one coat of paint on them all.
Yeah, if you're trying to do multicolor, it's not the best.
Although I do like the leather brown. I've used that. So let me see if it'll show on this one, like on his pouch there on the side. The leather brown comes out good on his strap, his sling. Boy, this camera throws colors off a little. But so I think so far I like the blue, and I like the hardened leather.
The red's nice too.
The hardened leather, and the red, she said, is nice. But we just started using them, you guys. So in all fairness, we don't have the experience with the speed paints as much as others do. All honesty. But so far they're nice. Now I like their metallics paint. Those are good too. Paint Minis Live. A lot of folks doing up their models in grayscale, starting with a dark gray, then a mid-tone gray, then a white, and dry brush and layers. Then do your speed paints. Yeah, then you probably would have better results or different. They designed the speed paints basically, in my opinion, just my opinion. It sounds like they just want people to have a one and done thing. You're going to get more detail out of it, obviously. Paint Mini Lives. If you start doing all those undercoats, it really does affect how the overall color works on stuff. So it kind of just, I think it's still going to boil down to personal preference. Like you may like something that I may not want to do, or that Ashley might not want to do, but pretty much whatever works for you, I think would be good. Jeff from Hex to Hex, he's painted some miniatures too, even though he's mostly a Hex Encounter, a cardboard addict. Ashley says, "Yeah, we're all addicts one way or another. We're definitely addicted." But I don't know, Jeff. Do you have anything you like? Which make a speed paints? So basically, the only type of speed paints we've used is the Army Painter speed paints, and of course the contrast paints from Games Workshop. So it's too early for me to call it. Like, hey, Mini Wormut, he likes the Army speed paint. The Army speed paint's pretty
Ryan,
good.
I think, collects more than he paints.
He paints some too, though, quite a bit.
I never see him painted. I see him collected. Every time we turn around, he has a new box.
Oh, yeah. Jeff at Hex Tech says he likes all of them after he figured out what colors work. So that's the key there. Once you figure out what works for what you're doing, I mean, I see a lot of upside to it. I personally would have to paint more with the Crusader skin. Some of you weren't here when I said it earlier, so I'll just repeat it. Like I was trying it on the primered faces to see if one coat would work. For me, it didn't. I didn't like that, so I still will use the Army Painter skin tone. And when it dries, I really, really like my Colors of War from the Flames of War skin shade. This stuff on top of that Vallejo basic skin tone, for me, I really like the way the faces pop out, because you can see, and some of it good. I don't know. This Crusader skin, I think, would be good on a big, where you're doing a lot of skin, open skin on a model, maybe. And I think that would work better. But it's whatever works for you. And Charles says Mini Wormut does good train. Yep, Mini Wormut's made his mark doing trash train first. That's how I got to know him. He had a whole lot of ideas that are really cool. So you just check his channel out too. And Mini Wormut says to you, Ashley, you have to get the box of minis first, Ashley. Duh.
Well, stop collecting and start painting.
There you go. Pay Minis Live. I'm still stuck in old school. Yeah, 90% of what we do is, quote, old school painting. And it takes longer, yes. But then, that's what we're used to doing too. So
I personally think it looks better sometimes.
It does look, yeah. So the speed paints, I think, just for, you got to figure out what you're going to use it for. Charles is not a fan of the Crusader skin. That's a good person to ask there, Charles. I mean, because you deal with a lot of fantasy figures, so you're going to have a lot of exposed skin on the model. So I was wondering if it would make a difference using this. Because like I said, the one and done face painting with this to me doesn't work. So I'm just going to old school and do it the way I've been. The peachy flesh, Mini Wormut says. So Mini Wormut then, the peachy flesh you think's better, works better. Might be something to try. I just don't know if I want to buy a whole bottle for.
Oh, I'm definitely buying that Fanatics white.
Oh, yeah.
That wardrobe had, or not wardrobe, I'm sorry. McMurray had.
The Fanatic, yeah.
Because it actually popped up white.
So you didn't like the orc skin color there, Charles, and you paint a ton of orcs. You're somebody who's orc heavy. So if you didn't like it, then I would take it from him on that. I don't know. I mean, look at it this way, you guys. At least we all have the options. You know what I mean? There's a lot of paint options, gaming options, and whatnot these days. McBooty has the Fanatic paints. Is that your nickname for him, Mini Wormut? We won't ask too many personal questions if so. But yeah. I don't know. I'm happy. I mean, I'll be honest with you. My Space Marines are still going to be the Ultramarine contrast blue. I mean, that's just me. I'm going to base coat them. That's their primary coat. It comes out the way I want for them. Also, I've used it on some figures for like blue jeans, like dark blue jeans. Who makes that, Charles? Who makes you? Oh, Folk Art. I'm sorry. Is that the company then? Make Clover. Well, that'd be a green one. Muddy is peachy. I like that, British Legion. Yep, you got some special boats that arrived. Nice, Mini Wormut. There you go, Mini Wormut. You are always peachy. Always a peachy person. Yep. So that's what makes the whole deal nice. Just got lots and lots to choose from. So I just have to experiment and see what comes out first. You're in your happy place right now? You're at the buffet, Mini Wormut? Wolfing down a Whopper. There you go. Well, I'll tell you what. There's some pretty good burgers out here at some of the places, sir. You got Atlantic Sentinels yesterday, North Africa 41. Going back on the shelf, Charles. Yeah, man, there's so much out there. It really is hard to keep up with all of it. Um, I guess technically we didn't have to do Clash of Steel, but because we're heavy on the armor end of stuff, and we really enjoyed the Gale Force 9s, to me, this is just more of a continuation. And that was a good excuse to buy it, you know what I mean?
It is a continuation of it. It's
know.
an alternate ending of what would have happened.
Yeah. Alrighty. Just touching up some little areas that forget about sometimes. I don't know how you do it, Charles. You got a lot more on the shelf than we do. And while I'm tempted to expand into other stuff, I just got to kind of rein in control of what I have now. Oh, you got the water over there, don't you? Just rinse that one out. Carefully, carefully. Hey. Ooh, you even dried it. Nice. Thank you. So, Mini Warmutt, I guess my next thing I'll have to do is get a couple of those Roman guys put together, because Ashley wants to throw the Marvel characters into the Arena of Blood when it comes out. So I guess it'd be quite interesting, huh? Here you have the Arena of Blood gladiator style, and then we got, Ant-Man versus whoever, or you could throw Shaggy against Scooby-Doo. I don't know. A little bit out there, but it would work. Although I should get the Romans put together. At least a couple of them anyways, so I have something to...
Then finish up your Space Marines.
I am. I'm just being picky.
You got one. Finish the other two.
Well, if I didn't have to work every day,
then I will put them together. I will paint them.
No, because then they will turn against me. And Charles needs to stop encouraging you to do that. You guys, he told her to put a drop of her blood on the basing of my stuff to like jinx it or something. So no.
Brush care? What do you mean brush care?
Brush care. So
I know what he means. Just literally water and then...
No, but so I will tell you guys
water and a fiber cloth.
That kind of sounds funny is you're better not using tap water. Okay? Chlorine, all the chlorine they put in tap water for our safety is bad enough. But if you're going to use it to rinse your brushes, chlorine's bad on the brush hairs. I wouldn't. Honestly, as dumb as it sounds, go get yourself a bottle of water, some decent water, and use that. Because, man, some of that tap water, it varies. But it's got such crap in it that it really does screw it up.
It does. It will eat your brushes.
It ruins the brushes. So it depends. Shaggy against Scooby-Doo in the Blood Arena be essentially a Nathan's hot dog eating contest. Yeah, it would. That's a good point, Paint Minis Live. Mini Warmutt says there are boats in the dystopian era. Woo! Don't we live in a dystopia now? Or wait, they call it reality or some crazy thing. Yeah, I'm curious though, Mini Warmutt, of you getting those out. But back to brush care there. British Legion, honestly, just take care of them the best you can. When they start separating or you get one wild, brush hair that sticks out and you touch something and it puts a dot somewhere else.
I snip those until you can't really. They'll end up literally like this.
But then you can use
and then I use this as a dry brush and I beat the living hell out of it until it's too hard to work with, like this one has, and it's short now. but it's still somewhat flexible.
It depends too on the quality of the brushes. We've tried some here or there, and some are crap, and some
It's all
are
hard down in here.
some are and some are good, So I try to get the ones that are worthwhile and that we can afford.
I've done the Walmart ones; they've worked.
Yeah, to a degree, but they do break down quick.
Yeah, they do.
Let's see here. Hex says we should be pushing cardboard. It will change our lives divinely. I try to get the other half interested in that, Jeff. She's slightly resistant. And yes, British Legion is getting excited for Dystopian Wars. Hello, nerds, nerd. We're glad you're back. How are you? And Paint Minnie's Life says brush soap and conditioner once in a while. It keeps them working and condition for quite a while. That we haven't tried. That'd be something we should try, I guess. I just don't really think about it. I try to make sure I have good water to wash them in, though, because just the tap water is not good with all the crap in it. So yeah. And Ashley, I bought some in bulk that were okay. What was those last ones we got off Amazon were pretty nice, though. That worked for quite some
Nick
time.
Pros?
Bovo? I can't pronounce it. Bovulo. Bovo? I don't know. Fancy name, nice points, nice brushes. They all got the protective caps on them. And it was not too much for an assortment of brushes that they got the nice triangle piece, so you can hold it like a chopstick, some more stability on it. Yeah, they work out pretty good. Oh my God, Mini Warm, it reminds you of Rice Chex cereal makes you hungry. Jeff, everything makes you hungry. But yeah, most of the time he gets on our show, he is having some sort of food somewhere.
Or he leaves to get food.
All right. Paint Mini Live says Masters is expensive but lasts forever. I have not tried that brand. And he's heard good things about Jen's brush soap from Monument Hobbies. So I will check into that brush soap. Thank you, Paint Minis Live, for sharing that. I've just never thought about doing that. I just noticed a big difference when you get a $1 bottle of purified water that you use to rinse it with as opposed to the tap for the reasons we just talked about. So I'll have to try that Jen's brush soap. Very cool. That's something to look into. Because when you get a brush that works and you enjoy it and it works good for you, you don't want it to be, falling apart too fast. You know what, Mini Wormut? That was a quote from a movie. I can't remember the name of the movie where they washed up on the beach and then I don't know, people would be in airplane wrecks, shipwrecks. I can't remember the name of it. And that's what the one lady said to the other guy who was eating all the time. She goes, "You're doing it wrong," or something like that, where, you eat to live. You don't live to eat. Walkabout Games. He's realized he had nothing to drink, so he ran to the store. Well, that's all good. Hopefully, you got something good to drink there. You know what, Walkabout Games? When you put both their names together, does it remind you of an old comic books? Mutt and Jeff. Anyways, I didn't realize that till you worded it that way. But now you got it stuck in my head. So next time they're both on at the same time, that's what I'm going to think of. Beer. I know, British Legion. You like beer? You should try a White Russian. Those are pretty good. Yeah, the old brush chips develop that little curve on it. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. They start to slightly get bent, but then you can kind of angle it into places. But yeah, that would work too. Beer. Well, as long as you got something to drink, Walkabout. Well, I don't have beer, but I have a really cool outdoorsy cup.
Revelation. Eat to live, don't live to eat.
But I don't remember the name of the movie. Yep. Paint Minis live as long as you can keep them around. They work. What are you doing?
Ben Franklin wants it.
Oh. Yep.
That one?
No, it's not that movie, Ash. I don't know what it is. Not the movie Eat. No, turn up. Those are like going to be horror movies.
That's a horror movie.
Yeah.
That's not.
So she's looking up that quote, so I don't know. No break for you, Ashley. Back to work and start painting.
Fuck off, Brian.
May Warmutt says. Bull whoop sound. He just did the. So that's one thing I like, Minnie Warmutt. When you're gaming, you do all those sound effects. So yeah. Oh boy. Don't get her too going, you guys. Competitive, but you're on I don't remember the name of the movie. I really don't. It was a long time ago. But I remember the quote. She does Walkabout games. Her and Brian get into some pretty good back and forth. Sometimes I just lean back, stay out of the way. Much jealous. Challenge accepted. Now you started something. You have to go find those coins that say, well, I probably can't say that here. Never mind. Stupid AI. They censor everything.
Well, Brian would get more painting done if he stopped shoving his face full of food.
Oh, okay, Brian.
Is it a lie?
I don't know. Uh-oh. Anywho, Greg stands outside of the WWE ring and lets them two go at it. Yep.
Because you don't stand a chance to anyone
Jeff
near
said,
us.
just throw ice cream in front of Brian and you'll win any challenge. Ouch.
See? I'm not the only one!
Minnie Warmutt says, back to the kitchen, woman.
Actually, Greg's the one cooking tonight, so back to the kitchen, woman.
Hey, shots fired. Yeah, that's how it is. You guys, I don't know. Once in a while, well, speaking of shots fired, we got to get back to another Zombicide game, Minnie Warmutt. But ice cream kind of sounds good. It's been a little bit muggy here today. Although probably not as hot as where Minnie Warmutt is, but a little bit. Five figures each. Minnie versus Ashley. I'll be the judge. Charles says, and he winks. Ashley.
Because I'll put detail in mine.
Oh. British Legion says, right, Brain needs to paint more. Yes. Yep. That's, at least as a group, we all can have fun and nobody gets offended, so that works. We have quite
no one should be getting butthurt over someone making a comment.
No, nobody is. That's what I'm saying. As a group, it's kind of nice. Oh, Minnie Warmutt says, oh, snap. See what you started there, Minnie Warmutt? But yeah, we got to get us a Zombicide game in before too long. So now I have accomplished one miniature. I need to get to the others. He paints during challenges. He does really pour it on during the paint challenges. I'll say that.
Yeah, because he burns himself out.
Shut it, Bill. Many warm ones. I'll shut up. Oh. Well, it does take time to unpack all those boxes too. So
Yeah, pretty much.
oh, you are trying to go off the original. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll all work out. It's all good. Walkabout shouldn't have mentioned ice cream because it literally sounds better the longer I'm sitting here.
Don't eat it.
Many more, but you wait. You all just wait. I'll show you. Shaking his fist at the PC screen. Hey, Mythos, how are you? You kind of walked in on it. You know what? You're right, Jeff. There's nothing wrong with collecting things. You know.
Yeah, look at Jeff. He collects freaking cardboard.
But Jeff plays the cardboard too. Yeah, it's all good fun. Paint Minis live. Mythos is always a bright person to have on the show. He always does actually bring good vibes.
On Kickstarters, depending on the Kickstarter.
Yeah, British Legion's question. Well, first, I gotta address that. Hex, you collected 3 wives. Oof. Well,
you still have the 3 wives?
You don't still have them, do you? Or did you move to Utah, or what state are you in? I think Utah, you can have 3 of them. Honestly, you guys, I would go dead broke if there were 2 other Ashley types. Plus, I'd just be in trouble all the time. So I'm good with 1. I don't need 3. The Kickstarters. Back to British Legion. Yes, we got. We're not heavy into it. Occasionally, we've done it. One of our mic and camera setups was a Kickstarter a while back, a couple years back, and the Battle Tech Kickstarter. I don't know if you know, but we're just waiting for the shipping on that one. We got in on that. I did last year or so. Kansas City, no last year at the Ex-Wives Walkabout Games. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, three wives is a lot. That's a lot,
especially when they all sink.
Yeah,
you'd be screwed.
That'd be scary. Cardboard equals chits from Hex Encounter Games. Mini Warmut says. You sold them all, Jeff? Are you talking about your games or your wives? And if you sold your wives, I guess I'm not quite sure what state you're in.
Go ahead.
What?
Say what you're going to say.
I wasn't going to say anything on that.
Liar.
No. I guess if I had to say something.
No, how to do it?
No, I'm not saying anything. We are doing good, Mythos. I hope you're doing well too, sir. Mini Warma says, no, the mean people are picking on him. We're not trying to be mean. He's taking his ice cream and going home.
Oh, did I hurt me? Brian's feelings?
Ashley. Yeah, Mythos does Kickstarters too from time to time. I mean, we've only done 2. I wanted to get in on the Blood and Plunder one. And I thought, man, there'd be no one here in the area for me to play. But I should have done it just for the sheer fact that the Kickstarter gave so much. And if you were trying to even buy half that, it would cost way more. Wives, okay, Jeff. If you sold them, awesome.
Or did they just leave and take everything?
Minnie's live. Yep. There you go, Mythos. You gotta, like I said, you gotta have some fun.
You have no fun in life. Life's just boring.
Oh, Mini Warren says, try to sell Ashley for a discount.
On what?
Where's that place Jeff went to? Was it usedwives.com? I don't know. I'm just joking, babe. Just joking. Just joking. I'm not.
I wasn't trying to be right. I was just asking.
They took everything. Yep. Mythos. He doesn't know what he means, Bill. He couldn't imagine Brian instigating anything. He's clearly an angel. Warmutt is, because he's seen all dogs go to heaven.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
That's good.
In the beginning of All Dogs Go to Heaven, he was a bad dog.
Well, guess, yeah. There you go. Oh, all dogs go to heaven. That was pretty good, Mythos. That was good. But I guess the name Warmutt is, he gets a bit feisty. Like I said, him and Ashley do this smack back and forth thing all in good fun all the time. So I just try to stay off to the side is all.
Yeah, because you don't want to be dragged into it.
No, absolutely. I'm good with one wife. I don't need more.
What?
Huh? Got to do something on a Sunday afternoon, right? You may as well.
God, it's already 5 o'clock.
Yeah, but we having fun.
Oh, I don't have a problem with it. I'm starting to get a little tired.
Well, you got up early this morning, too. I think you got up sometime, about 4?
I ended up oversleeping.
You were supposed to be to work at 4 a.m., and you got up at like 4.
I was 20 minutes late for work. I hauled ass.
She was supposed to be to work at 4 a.m. this morning. She slightly overslept.
Yeah, because I thought I hit snooze. No, I shut it off.
You shut the alarm off?
Yeah, instead of hitting my snooze button.
That's because Ashley's brain went, no work today. Turned it off.
Nope, I can't be doing that.
That's pretty good, Peyton Minnie's live. Minnie Wormutt said, don't have Ashley on your Zombicide team. She literally sits back and watch others do all the work. Oh, boy. Here goes the SmackDown.
Yeah, because I got the fuck out of that room. Yeah,
Yeah.
Y'all took off and left me there, and then you guys kept activating freaking zombies that trapped me in a fucking room. I can't do very much.
Yeah.
Now can I?
On the other hand, you were the only survivor on the one and kept running in circles till the dogs got you. So she tried to lead them like the zombies on Call of Duty.
I would have been fine.
But you can't train them. It's a tabletop game.
Do you have the bone color one? Or do I have it? The Citadel one.
Gray share. No, I don't think so. Yeah, Mythos has got to go to sleep around 8 to get a flight at 3. Oof. Yeah. Man.
Yeah, it's about when I'm waking up.
Ashley's shift changed on her for 2 weeks, so she's got to be in at 4 a.m. It's supposed to be on the clock at 4 a.m.
Technically 3:45.
Emily Wormutt says, no, Ashley. So apparently you got that wrong.
Where is that bone color?
The one that you use for the seals, the bone?
Oh, yeah. You have it.
No, I don't think so. That's what I'm asking, if that's the one you're looking for. Ushbanti bone or whatever it's called. Oh, yeah. It's over here on the other side of stuff. That's the one you're looking for.
I know. Actually, I'll probably stick with this one, though, for his face.
Do you want the skin tone?
No, he's got a bone mask.
Yeah, he's got a bone mask. He said you crapped your panties and whimpered through the whole game. Well, that just took it to a whole new level.
Which game is he talking about?
Zombicide.
Which one?
The one where you said that. The one you just were talking about yourself. He's debating you, saying that's not how the game went. Yeah, that is.
I kept trying to get out of that damn room.
It is an early game or an early shift.
Yeah, it's only for 2 weeks. I'll be fine. It just sucks because then I gotta go to bed early instead of my normal.
No walkabout games. I don't know if that was shots fired. I think that was more like an artillery barrage or a good bit of mortars. Yeah. Yep. Oh, he says he will type slower for you. Oh, she's looking up at the monitor now. Ladies and gentlemen, Greg is retreating to a bunker somewhere safe. And I will stay off
Sit
to
your
the
ass
side.
down.
What?
You're his friend, so guess what? You get the punishment.
All right, Brian, you gotta stop. Guilty by association. Wow. Damn. Rumble slam, he says. Yeah, sometimes there's some barrages going on.
It's all for fun.
Yeah. Oof. Could you imagine somebody who didn't know our group just watching in the distance?
Oh my god, they would freak.
Okay. They might go, uh-oh. Oh. Yeah. And you guys thought WWE had all the slams, right? Not necessarily. So anyhow, it's been fun. And most of you guys are here. So earlier I said it with only a couple of you, but there's twice as many now. So we got something we are going to do for a giveaway here shortly. Where are you going? What are you doing?
You said when more people got here.
Huh?
Your Father's Day present.
Oh. Yeah, this is what my son got for me for Father's Day, an early Father's Day. That way. Yep. He brought it over the other day and said, "Here you go, Dad. I seen this and thought you might like it."
And the only spot we have is behind our door.
Yeah, so it's kind of hard to put up to where we can see it because of the shelves and stuff. Wow, mini war much. Screen up to avoid looking at the chat. Ooh. There you go. She's reading it now. There we go. Mini Warma says, yeah, Mythos, Frost the Fist, Walkabout. That was pretty cool. He saw that the other day at it's called Stuffs. So it's kind of like just a consignment place where people take things and then they put them on consignment, clothes and all that. And he's seen that, and he just happened to call me while I was at work and pulled up. So I met him, and he says, "Look what I found. I thought this would be good for you, Dad." I was like, "Damn."
Yeah, he tried talking us into putting it in my living room. Not gonna happen.
You should really read the rest of the chat there. Brian's going to town having fun. Oh, now she's going to read all that mini war mutt. Talk about needing a whip sound. Yeah, you're right, Jeff. I guess we could synthesize the sound. Something like that. He'd be sneaky like that. I hope you learned that trick. Oof. See what I mean? It just keeps going. I know. There'll probably be people thinking, well, this is just an interesting foot. Oh.
No, I have socks on.
She says no. She has socks on. There you go, Brian. She had socks on. Just hey, Paint for Minis Live. Thank you for showing up. And anytime any of you guys want to be on, if Ashley doesn't scare you too much, just let us know and we'll pull you up here on the camera. You can talk about your channel too.
Unless you're Brian, then we're not going to do that.
That's not fair. We'll let you on too, Brian. So have a good evening, Paint Minis Live. We're glad you.
Thanks for showing up.
Yeah. Close enough anymore. Says get in that kitchen.
Again, Greg is cooking tonight.
Well, I'm not really cooking. I crock potted the meal. So I basically set it up to start. There we go. That was nice. Nice that he came by. We appreciate that. Yeah, British Legion. It's okay. Ashley will. It's kind of like a tactical thing. She'll let him say so much, then she'll get back.
I mean, he's just a keyboard warrior. He can't do shit.
Keyboard warrior?
Yeah, it's little men who think they're big, who type big words. And that's all they do.
Don't matter. He says, girls don't play war games. Go paint your nails. He just hammered you back. I'm sorry. I should have. Ashley's looking at me all.
Yeah. I got that a lot, and I was beating most fucking men in
on Call of Duty
games. I don't know how many times I heard, "Go make me a sandwich. That's what you're good for."
Yeah, but I tried to say it nicely to you. Just joking. Oh boy, maybe I should shut up too. Yeah, there you go. Walkabout. Sometimes Greg doesn't know what to say. Here, can you hand me the water for a second? Or
oh, you now want to use my water now?
No, it's the only water in the room. So there you go, and that's why we need therapy. That whole happy wife, happy life thing. It's more like happy wife, stay alive thing. Something to that effect. I know nobody's going to see this little tiny detail on this little tiny piece that I'm putting on his base, but oh well. I know it's there. Do you have the glue, Ash? Oh, never mind. When you're done.
Hold on.
Follow Greg's orders. Yes, Benny Wormut. As you know, it would not do any good if I tried to order Ashley around. All right, Walkabout Games.
Bye, Walkabout.
Have a good rest of your night, man. Benny Wormut says, Ashley, be a good woman. And British Legion, we need to invade Wormut's live show. We do. A lot of times when he's live, he's generally live with like McMurray and Jeff and Chris. So it's but we sit there in the comments. It's a bad idea. Wait a minute, you had us on one of your shows before, Brian. That was before though, huh? You're welcome to hop on here anytime you want to, British Legion. We kind of keep it open. Anybody that wants on, we just put the link in the chat. You can jump in. So yeah, we have fun though. I mean, like I said, yeah, Mini Wormut's not doing a live show so much as he's going back to what he used to do, right, Brian? More or less. So there we go. You're in bed? Oh, I just meant any other time. And yeah, so British Legion, we couldn't have you come on live onto this one because it's not our OnlyFans page. All right. That would be like adult content. So we couldn't do it here on Facebook. See? He says truce. His fingers are getting tired. I know. But you know what, Mini Wormut? That's all good. It's all in good fun. So, but yeah. Oh boy. Well, I'm glad you guys are all doing good. You know, safe and having a decent weekend there, because gotta have something. You know, everybody works and it's a lot. So a little bit of time off, a little bit of fun is good. He says he's done now, Ashley. He's calling it a truce, basically.
Oh, is he gonna be a good boy now?
Oh, are you gonna be a good boy now? She says. Yeah, no, he just said he'd leave you alone. Don't keep it going. She's over here laughing. Over here. So yeah, that's okay. You're damn near done with him, aren't you?
Almost.
That camera just doesn't do stuff justice. You told all the chatters to leave her alone. Thank you, Mini Wormut, since they were all
encouraging me.
Yeah. No, he's never a good boy, British Legion. Now he's standing up for you, Ashley. He's getting all the people that were bullying you to stop.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Him and how many voices of his?
I don't know. But he is standing up for you. Oh, Lord. All right. Well, you guys, I guess we'll go ahead and we'll call it a night. I know Mythos got to get up early. Ashley does. British Legion, I know you're in a different time zone there, and we appreciate you showing up too, sir. And in the future, if you'd like to hop on sometime, talk about what you do in your channel, you're more than welcome to also. But we'll go ahead and I guess we'll end it for now. But we do appreciate you guys showing up. If you could all hit the thumbs up, that would be awesome. Yes, Brian, she did do a great job on the Marvel United minis, and we will be throwing down a game on that very soon. And you just said play the game. That's funny. So we will be, but she did want to make sure that they were completely painted.
Well, I don't want to go in here. They're naked.
Yeah, that is true. All right. Have a good night yourself, British Legion, Mini Wormut, Charles, Jeff, everybody that's listening. Mythos, have a safe flight, man.
Yeah, stay safe.
You know, take care of each other, you guys. We'll catch you later. And let's see here.
Oh, hold on.
There you go, Ash. Ashley likes to end the show. So we will let her end it then. Good night, nerds, nerd. Thank you for coming by.